Hey folks, it's Stephan here. Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Solitudinal Podcast, which is going to be a weekly video that I do to talk about the games that I've been playing this week, games that I've found out about that I'm interested in, maybe some industry news, and then have a Q&A section for you, the viewers, to find out about me, the videos, give me some feedback. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button below this video, or there'll be one at the end of the video as well. And I would like to have some new subscribers and start growing the channel. That's the goal here. That's why I'm doing videos every day. If you've already subscribed, thanks, and welcome to Stephan Plays. So I finished up the walkthrough for Epistory Typing Chronicles, and you can watch the first episode of that here. If you haven't started that series, give it a check. It's a beautiful game with a origami paper styling, where as you reveal new areas, they unfold in front of you and forests spring to life. And you can heal the earth, and you can fight these insects that are taking over. But check out the video, the series. There's 10 episodes in that, and I really had a great time playing through that. A beautiful game. This week I started the Goetia walkthrough, and in this game, it's another point-and-click adventure. You play Abigail, the ghost of a young girl who died some 40 years ago, and you've awoken in a ghost form. You're able to possess things. You can move around in the world, trying to find out what happened to your family. The Blackwood Manor is empty, although it seems to be occupied by demons. You're just trying to piece together the story of what happened, and it seems to involve your older sister, Annie. So if you'd like to follow along in that, I think this is going to be a sort of a longish Let's Play series. From what I've heard, the game is quite long. So go ahead and click on this link and take you to the first video in that series, Goetia. I've been playing Stories, Path of Destinies. I might do a why play video for it, but I've been kind of stuck. Haven't been able to progress because of the combat. It's very Twitch gameplay that I'm not that good at. But the story itself is very interesting, and the way that they tell it is interesting. So as you're playing, you have to make choices. And after X number of choices, and it seems to be around the 2-hour mark, you'll get to an ending. And that ending is either going to be good or bad, and most of them are bad. I've heard that there are 24 endings, and when you get there, your character dies, and then time rewinds, and you start over again. But now you have the knowledge of that previous playthrough, so you have the knowledge of, oh, this guy's going to betray me, or I can't do this because it's going to destroy the universe. You're also collecting things and crafting swords from these elements, and in the different levels, there's different types of doors, and in order to open these doors, you have to have a sword of the correct type. So you may go back somewhere that you weren't able to travel before because you didn't have that sword, but this time you have the sword, so you can unlock that door and expand where you were able to go before, and probably open up story options as well. So it's really cool. If we do get a why play for it, it'll be sometime next week. I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. I think I have like 95 hours in Steam for that, and I play it at home in my recliner on big picture, so I've got the controller there. They recommend playing with a keyboard and mouse, but the controller works, especially if you're not going into the really difficult combat situations. And I have enjoyed that greatly. It's a fun game, and there's always something to do, and it's very relaxing, really, except for some of the combat that happens. And last night, I managed to repair the bus and repair the bridge that takes you over to the area beyond the cave. So 2 big areas to open up and explore, and that's really cool. I might do a walkthrough for that, or a Let's Play series for that, but I'm going to wait until the developer does the patch to make Emily a marriage candidate, which he's announced that he is going to be working on. And I'll be interested to see if that strains your relationship with Clint at all, because it seems like early on he comes to you and he's trying to get to know Emily better. And since I've been playing so much Stardew Valley, I decided I wanted to go back and play a Harvest Moon game, because I'd never played any of those. So I got the Harvest Moon Game Boy Color on my 3DS, and that runs in emulation mode, and I've been playing that, and it's just surprising how much of that game is in Stardew Valley. It's very clear where the inspiration came from. You're buying seeds, and you're sowing the seeds, and watering them, and then harvesting the crops and selling them off. You've got livestock, you've got areas to clean up, you have little cutscenes with characters in the village. There's things to buy, upgrade your tools and stuff. So very, very similar. The soundtrack for that is highly monotonous. I have to turn that off. But otherwise, the game's been fun to just sit on the couch and play on the 3DS while I'm sitting there watching TV or something. Today, a game called Jalopy comes out, which I think is sort of a walking simulator, only you're driving a car in Russia. and it's about keeping the car going. I definitely want to do a Let's Play series for that. Maybe that'll start next week. And just this morning I heard about 2 Viking games that I hadn't known about previously. One is called The Frost Rune, which is a very atmospheric point-and-click adventure game where it looks like you're collecting runes instead of objects to interact with the world and talk to spirits. And I'm really interested to see that one, so I've contacted the developer to see if maybe I can get a press key for that. The other is The Great Whale Road, and this is a turn-based strategy game. There are cards involved, and so somehow the cards are how you select your crew and your warriors that are going to travel with you, and you're trying to go around and capture places to gain renown, but you're also trying to supply your village so that you can make it through the harsh winter. And I'm just so interested in Viking lore and that era. I actually went on Ancestry and did the Ancestry DNA kit, which I don't have the results for yet, but I really wanted to find out. We've got a lot of redheads in the family, and that generally means that there's some Norse connection there. So once I get that back, I'm going to put that information in here somewhere. But yeah, I'm just interested in Vikings in general. I was in Ireland a couple of years ago and went to a museum completely dedicated to Vikings. So it's maybe a little bit kid-focused, but not so much to be off-putting, and I really enjoyed going through that. And then there was another museum that I went to where they had actual Viking artifacts. So metal things and gaming implements, and even leather shoes that had been preserved in peat bogs that they had found. So very, very cool experience. Looking forward to both of those games, and hopefully we'll be able to get those on the channel here. I'm sure you're aware that this weekend is PAX East 2016. I wish I was there. I've got some friends there, and I'm going to be following the news coverage as closely as possible because I'm sure a lot of good indie games will be coming out of PAX. So maybe we can get there next year. I don't know, but if you're there, I'm jealous. Have a good time. So last weekend, Friday night, I proposed to my girlfriend of 5 years, and there's a video here on the channel that you can see of part of that. I wanted to do something unique and memorable, and I worked with the folks at the local theater that we attend called the Seacoast Repertory Theater here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and they allowed me to have a few minutes of the stage before the opening performance of their new musical, Titanic. And I came out and sang a couple of verses of an old Billie Holiday song called Come Rain or Come Shine, and brought Karen down to the stage and proposed to her, and we had a standing ovation, and it was great. It was wonderful, and she was totally shocked, and she said yes, which is important, and really something we'll remember for the rest of our lives. So that was great. I'm so glad that I had the guts to do that, because I'm not a professional singer by any means. And I was supposed to have a microphone, and only seconds before I arrived on the stage did I find that the microphone didn't work. So that was a little stressful. I was prepared to be able to sing and sort of maintain a decent tonal range with a mic, and then had to do it without. I'd never been on a stage before when the lights were on, and one thing that I wasn't aware of, you can't see anything. It's just, you're blinded. There's 2 spotlights up there, and you can't see. And even though I knew sort of generally where she was, I had no idea. I couldn't see her at all during the song. So it was nice to be able to bring her down, and she can share in the embarrassment of being on the stage with me. So that was a great time. Check that video out if you want. I know it's not really my usual content, but I just was so excited I wanted to share that. All right, so if you've got questions for me about this show or other videos that I'm doing, or just me in general, please send me a YouTube message. And each week in the Solitudinal Podcast, I'm going to do a Q&A section at the end where I answer some of those questions. I'd also love for you guys to go and comment on videos that you watch. Let me know what you think of the videos. Please use the thumbs up and thumbs down, and give me feedback so that I can improve those series, so that I can do things better in the future for the sorts of things that you want to see. I've been going through the YouTube boot camp this week, and I've actually picked up a lot of stuff there for naming your videos, for working with the thumbnails, for doing descriptions, to leverage the sorts of YouTube, the search engine, for example, and other stuff to get the videos out there so that people can see them. So I really do want to grow this channel, and I can only do that with your help. So please let me know what you think. And starting with this video right here. Do you want to see the Solitudinal Podcast every week? This is pretty much the format that I'm expecting, but if you've got ideas, let me know. Maybe I can integrate those. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your subscription, and I will talk to you next time.